So microservices is something you may have heard of as well. Microservices is also a way to develop architecture. Now, it doesn't have to be serverless to use microservices. You can have microservices in a non-serverless solution, and you can have serverless solutions that don't necessarily use microservices. But they do work very powerfully together, and often that is the way that you will see them working. Traditional software or monolithic software is effectively you have all of the application features in a single bundle of code. Everything is in there. Now, if it's well designed, you'll have layers within that bundle. So you might have a design layer, a data layer, a management layer. But they're not separated. They're still one bundle of code. There's still a lot of dependencies between those. And it's the common problem that you see with legacy applications where you change something over here and something over here breaks. Similarly with testing, with this kind of architecture, you have to do a lot of regression testing. Every time you update something, you need to regress, test all the different paths that a request could go through to make sure everything else is still working as it should. Microservice architecture is the opposite of that. With microservice architecture, we've split all the features of an application into independent mini applications. Think of it like almost like an app store where you've got all these individual applications that do something very specific, a very specific type of task. Now all these applications, all these mini applications, they can all work together to deliver the requirements of the full solution. But it's important here that they don't have to work together. Each one can individually perform what it needs to do, regardless of what the other microservices are doing in that solution. In serverless, we use microservices as the intelligence of a solution. So, your typical coding actions like mathematical equations, machine learning models, processing, converting data, things like that. But a serverless solution tends to rely on a lot of the cloud managed services. And microservices can help traffic data between those different services to reach a certain outcome. So let's look at an example of that, which would be a microservice that hands a video file to a transcoding service. And the transcoding service will take the audio, extract the audio out of that video file. Then the next microservice will take that audio and pass it to a transcribe microservice. And that service will then convert the audio to text. And then we might have a final microservice that takes that text output and converts that to subtitle files. And so the original video now has a set of subtitles to go with it.